So, come Saturday night, I'm coming in here to beat his. He gonna come, he gonna be tough, strong, but I'm coming to whoop his. I stand by that. I stand by that. I'm him up. Yeah.
False accusation. You gotta think, right? It's okay.
Yeah, I can't wait to beat this clown, bro. This dude is a clown.
Focus on me.
You better have that chin ready, baby. You better have it ready.
Real clown.
I already figured your ass out.
You not fighting.
What else you got, man?
Yo, senior, you're
I only
not
seen
in the
10
ring.
seconds of your fight.
I seen you fight before.
I only
You
seen
can't
10
fight.
seconds of your fight. You're boring as hell.
Come on, bro. Stop it, bro.
Boring, man. You almost got knocked out. Even your daughter said you got knocked out.
Knocked out. Tio got hurt his last fight too.
Ooh.
Didn't he get hurt his last fight?
Man, if it wasn't for those ropes.
Did Tio get hurt his last fight?
My son don't be throwing punches,
Did Tio
man.
get hurt his last fight?
My son don't be throwing punches,
I paid
man.
attention.
Breaking news set the internet on fire when Terence Crawford abruptly interrupted the Stevenson vs. Lopez press conference. What started as standard promotion instantly exploded once Shakur Stevenson and Teófimo Lopez stopped playing nice and went straight for each other's pride.
I think that he did some great things against them guys. I seen a lot of weaknesses in his game too, and something that he said earlier, he said, Tio never lost to Southpaw. Well, I never lost to Orthodox. So, it ain't no different, but
The difference is you never fought no elite fighter.
Okay, I don't think y'all did either.
Oh, so you gotta show it, baby.
I don't think
pressure's
y'all
on
did
you.
either. I ain't see.
Not on my son.
I ain't see Limachenko throw no punches.
You've
for
never
6
been on a big
rounds.
stage like this.
I didn't see Limachenko throw punches for
You've
6
never been
rounds.
on a big stage like
I
this.
didn't see Limachenko throw punches
'Cause we
for 6
froze him.
rounds. Okay, you gonna see.
We're gonna freeze you too.
You better not throw the towel.
Things escalated quickly when Teófimo Sr. began talking about breaking codes, referencing wins over Lomachenko and Josh Taylor. Shakur fired back immediately, dismissing those accomplishments and saying Teófimo has never faced an elite fighter like him.
Well, I see their weakness. That's what I do. You know, we broke the code with with Loma that nobody had ever done. You know, we didn't let him get comfortable in there. You saw that. You know, with like 8 rounds, he didn't know what to do. I did the same thing with Josh Taylor, and we're gonna do the same thing with Shakur.
Real hard. Man, what do you say to that, bro? Like, you hear him, bro? I just can't wait to beat him and shut him up, bro. Tio not on this level. Tio is a high-level fighter, but he's not on my level. I'm an elite level fighter, and come January 31st, I'm gonna show it.
From there, the event spiraled into non-stop verbal chaos. Shakur attacked Teófimo's mental toughness, while Teófimo labeled Shakur boring and overrated. Both men talked over each other like it was round 13 instead of a press conference.
Be 100 times better come fight night against Teófimo Lopez than I was against Zepeda. 1,000 times better. Faster, sharper, stronger, mentally more on point, and I can't wait.
You said a couple of times now you see some holes in Teófimo's game. I know you don't want to give away your game plan at the kickoff press conference, but where are the weaknesses? Where are some of the weaknesses in his game?
A lot of the weaknesses is in his mental. I think it's more mental than anything, and I'm going to expose it.
The tension peaked when the insults turned personal. Voices rose, security stayed on high alert, and the room felt one sentence away from a full-on brawl. Even promoters like Eddie Hearn tried to reframe it as a conversation about legacy and greatness, but the fighters had already hijacked the moment.
Thanks for the reminder, Chris. This place is special. I think when this fight was talked about, I think both Shakur and Teófimo Lopez need a huge amount of credit for making this fight. Both of the guys are the respective kings of their division. Teófimo Lopez, the #1 guy at 140, Shakur, the #1 guy at 135. And when I heard about this fight, I didn't expect it to happen. And you know, the work that His Excellency's done, Ring Magazine, to make this fight quite sensational. But the icing on the cake is to see the fight at Madison Square Garden. This is, for me, the absolute mecca of boxing.
When Turki Alalshik joined the call, he sounded unimpressed by the chaos, which somehow made the atmosphere even more intense.
This fight is the first step of crazy map of boxing.
By the end, both fighters were talking about domination, humiliation, and shutting the other up completely. The press conference stopped feeling like promotion and became a raw preview of how personal this fight has become. January 31st suddenly felt inevitable.
So I just I don't know. I don't think he can get it done against Shakur when it comes to like, cause it's gonna be just a skill match. I don't think he's gonna try to rough Shakur up, and it's probably not.
Right after the room cooled from pure emotion, Teófimo Sr. took the microphone, and the energy shifted from chaos to calculated confidence. Listening to him, it became clear this wasn't trash talk. This was a father laying out a mindset. He wasn't concerned with Shakur's Philly shell or stylistic impressions. His message was simple: we've seen it all, and we're prepared.
A lot of Crawford in the past, and you know, Crawford stated, "Oh, you want to get to me?"
Yeah, but he really want to fight Crawford, and we're gonna call him out after we beat up his boy. You know,
that's the game plan. Even though you guys have, even if he requires you,
but he ain't gonna fight us, man. He ain't gonna fight us, man. We've been chasing this guy for the longest. My son is even willing to go up to 160 to fight him. You know, listen, speed kills. You know what I'm saying? Speed kills, and that's why we're gonna beat Shakur. He ain't faster than us, and we're gonna catch him.
He framed Teófimo Lopez as a fighter who keeps evolving because he chooses danger over comfort. Whether you agree or not, it's a powerful narrative. He emphasized legacy over money, referenced underdog wins over Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, and talked about constantly adapting styles. He even brushed aside distractions like ring size or gimmicks, making it clear they weren't chasing knockouts, they were chasing control and intelligence.
Okay, we do this for the legacy. So I tell my son, when I told him, you know, let's go after Comic, let's go after Lomachenko, let's go after Josh Taylor. And all of those three fights, he was the underdog. You know what I'm saying? And big time. I mean, with Josh Taylor, he was like 23 experts said that he was going to lose. So, you know, and he gave an amazing performance, you know. And it wasn't the same as the performance he gave with Barbosa's, you know. Like, the styles have changed all the time. And that's the scariest part about him, you know. And he comes to entertain, you know.
Some comparisons to Crawford and Canelo felt like a stretch, but that confidence is part of the package. What stood out most was this: Team Lopez isn't hoping for a miracle. They genuinely believe speed, adaptability, and pressure can crack Shakur's calm. Whether that belief survives 12 rounds is another question, but psychologically, this wasn't noise. It was conviction.
Did Shakur by any chance implement a bigger ring, or like, you know?
We don't care about that,
no?
Man. I mean, we're just gonna box this dude, man. You know, we're not going in there for the knockout. We never do. You know, the only fight that my son looked like sloppy was with Kambosos, because he was dying in there. And, you know, he said that he felt better when he was attacking more, you know. But we never do that. We always box.
Then the conversation shifted again when Andre Ward and Roy Jones Jr. weighed in. Now we were hearing from men who had actually lived inside fights like this. Their perspective felt grounded and real. They agreed the press conference wasn't marketing, it was personal. But here was the key insight: Shakur creates in real time. He doesn't need a script. He reads, reacts, and builds solutions round by round.
I look at Shakur like a fighter who has a blank canvas. He's got the IQ, he got the experience, and the athleticism, and the skill set where he can paint any type of picture he wants to on a blank canvas. When I look at Teófimo Lopez, he's almost that. He has a blank canvas, but he needs an outline on what to draw and what to paint inside the line. Now, every now and again, he'll go away from the outline that he has and he'll do something dope, and you'll be like, "Ooh, that was cool. That wasn't on the outline right there." But I don't think that he can create on the fly like a Shakur Stevenson.
They weren't disrespecting Teófimo at all. In fact, they credited his team for strategic baiting. The disrespect wasn't random, it was designed to pull Shakur into an emotional fight. That's high-level mind games. But Ward and Roy both agreed, trying to drag a calm, disciplined fighter into chaos can backfire fast. If Shakur bites, Teófimo has a chance. If Shakur stays patient, that plan collapses.
What I think that Teo just painted outline by being as disrespectful as he can at the press conference, because he wants to try to piss this kid off so the kid come fight with him. You understand me? Because with me, he had exactly what he wanted. As soon as I go in there, I'm coming straight to his head. You understand where I'm coming from? So, but I think that's what he's trying to get. Yeah, you feel me? But I think that's what he's trying to get Shakur to do. Because why would you say that to a person? What does that have to do with boxing? You feel me? He knows that Shakur has great feet, and he's not gonna be able to catch Shakur if he lets Shakur take his time to do what he does. So he got to try to make Shakur come in and try to kill him, which is what he just did at the press conference.
After that breakdown, The conversation went even deeper with first-hand experience. Keith Colan's perspective hit differently because he had actually shared rounds with Shakur. He explained that Shakur reads body language like subtitles, shoulder shifts, weight transfers, subtle dips. Shakur knows what's coming before opponents fully commit. That's not speed. That's processing.
Just sparring him and then watching him, I always notice him like, dang, when he, you know, if you really pay attention to when he spar, when he fight, he already know what you want to throw before you throw it. Not because he's some type of, you know, boxing guru or anything like that, but because he reading your body language. If you dip to this side, I'm already blocking for a possible hook or uppercut. You know, I don't need to worry about a jab or right hand, because you're not, like, the probability of you throwing that is not even, you know. But so just watching him and sparring him, being in the ring with him, it's like, dang, you know, just him understanding what a person could throw based off their body positioning. It always put him like 2-3 steps ahead of his opponent.
Colan's insight lined up perfectly with what Ward and Roy said. Shakur thrives in clarity, not chaos. He lets the picture form, then edits it. Colan also pointed out that while Teófimo is explosive and dangerous, he has habits, dropping his lead hand, exposing himself to body shots. Against most fighters, those are small mistakes. Against Shakur, they become patterns, and patterns become lost rounds before you realize what happened.
So the most notable thing that come to mind is I remember when he fought Sander Martin. Like, every time he like threw a right hand to the body, he never had his lead hand up. Sander Martin was just check hooking him to death. I'm just like when he's just gonna make the adjustment, you know, when he gonna realize that he just keep getting hit with the right hook every time he try to throw the right hand. So those are the small adjustments that he has to make, because, you know, sharp fighter, they gonna capitalize, so he gotta be on his.
Colan wasn't predicting knockdowns or drama. He predicted pressure, mental pressure, the kind that forces Teófimo to press late while Shakur quietly widens the gap. That's the most dangerous version of Shakur Stevenson, calm, efficient, and walking out with a clear win while everyone else debates when momentum shifted.
It's the stuff that he's tightening up things for Shakur to prepare for him, but also in sparring, because, you know, he may have lagged during this last sparring, so it's a lot, but it's definitely doable. And you know, but this is, you know, this is, you know, the time is now. You know, at the end of the day, oh yeah, for sure, I feel like Shakur is gonna outbox him, and it's gonna be a point in time until he kind of get desperate, and that's when the gap is going wide, and then Shakur is just gonna, you know, come out with a clean victory.
When you step back, this fight stops feeling like a simple style clash and starts looking like a full-blown psychological test. Shakur Stevenson, calm, analytical, pattern reading, versus Teófimo Lopez, explosive, emotional, and capable of changing everything in one moment. The real question is simple. Does Teófimo force the moment, or does Shakur turn 12 rounds into a quiet clinic?